Hello and welcome back to the second day of your phonics lesson for week 3 of distance learning. We are still going over the silent E rule and how that changes the vowel sound in the middle of the word from a short vowel to a long vowel. What you're going to need for this lesson is a piece of paper and something to write with. Now, what I want us to do first is I'm going to make some nonsense words on my dishwasher, and we're going to change them from a short CBC nonsense word with a short vowel to a word with a long vowel by adding this silent E rule. Now, some of these nonsense words might turn into real words, but others might say nonsense words. And if you remember from when we were in our school building and were able to see each other, nonsense words are just silly words that don't mean anything, that are here to help us learn how to read. So it'll be really interesting to see if any of these turn into real words. What I'm going to start out with is finger stretch this with me. Z, a, d, zad. But what happens when I add the silent E? Let's see. Z, a, d. Remember, we still only have 3 sounds, but the A changed from the short vowel to the long vowel, and the E isn't saying anything. That was our first nonsense word. Let's see what the next one's going to be. Let's do okay, let's see. We have v, a, t, vot. Vot has a short ah sound for the O. But if I add silent E to the end of it, this one turned into a real word. Finger stretch it with me. Ready? V, O, t, vote. So the O is making its long sound, and the E isn't making any sound at all. That was so cool. So when you're reading, sometimes if you don't know a word, you can look for a nonsense word within the bigger word to see if it can help you figure it out. Okay, let's do 2 more. Let me think. Ready? Finger stretch it. K, I, v. Kiv. We have the short I sound for the I. What happens when I add a silent E? Ready? K, I, v. The silent E made the I say its long sound, which is the same as its name. Okay, let's do 1 more. Sound it out with me. Finger stretch it. F, I, v. Fiv. But when we add the E, silent E turned it into a real word again. Fiv becomes f, I, v. The silent E makes the I long and doesn't say anything by itself. Okay. I hope you wrote those down with me and practiced. The next thing that we're going to do, ask permission from your grown-ups about this first. If they say that you can't do this part, that's okay. I'm going to show you how you can do it on my whiteboard, but you can use your piece of paper as well. So, Easter happened last Sunday, and I have some plastic Easter eggs laying around. And the Easter eggs gave me an idea. They have 2 pieces. They have this long piece and the short piece. And I know that the silent E can be added to words that only have short vowels in them. So what I did is I took an Easter egg all the way apart, and I wrote some of these are nonsense words, but some of them, actually, all of the words on my Easter egg are real words that are short vowel words, but they become a different word when you add the silent E. So what you do, you'll probably have to have a grown-up help you with this part. You take the Easter egg apart, and you have your grown-up, or you can do it, write words around the egg that are short vowel words, and then you just write an E on the short part of the egg, and then you put it back together like this until you hear it snap. And then you just practice reading them together. So first, let's look at them apart. Oh my, whoops. So I have mat, strip, cap, tub, hop, cod, rip. Oh, and that's all. But they change into different words when I add the E. Let's see what they turn into. Tub turns into tube because the U is saying, it's sort of saying U. It's hard to hear. Let's see. Then you just twist it. Hop becomes hope. The E is making the O say its name. Cod becomes code. Rip becomes ripe. Mat becomes mate. And strip becomes stripe. So if you have permission from your grown-ups, that's something that you can make together, and you can show them how the silent E changes the rule. If you don't have permission from your grown-ups, or you don't have an Easter egg, that's okay. I'm going to write those same words on my whiteboard. You can do it on your piece of paper or whatever you're using to write, and then I'll just show you how to add the silent E. So let's see, what words did I have? I had mat, strip, cap, tub, and hop. So you have that list of words, and then you can write them out straight on top of each other like this, and you can finger stretch them, or if you already know what it is without finger stretching, just read it. Read down the list first without adding anything. Mat, strip, cap, tub, hop, and then go down and add the E. Now, if you want to have your grown-ups help you with this, or turn it into a game, you can see if they can figure out what the E does to the word. So mat, and add the E, what does it turn into? If you said mate, you're right. The E made the A long. Strip, add the E, becomes stripe. Good job. So you can say to your grown-ups, what do you think cap will turn into if we add an E? And see if they can guess that it turns into cape with a long A sound. Tub turns into tube with a long U. And hop turns into hope with a long O. I think hope is my favorite word on this list. So that's all I have for you today. You can ask about the Easter egg, or you can just make a list and do it that way. But I hope that you have fun teaching your grown-ups about how the silent E changes the vowel to the long sound in words.